Hello, how are you all doing out there? So very happy to be here today. Hello. Let me take that off. How are y'all doing? So glad to be here to talk about the monthly wisdom with you all. See how everything is going. How is March for you? How are you feeling in your life? Yes, yes. How are y'all doing out there, queens? Hello, Rachel. Welcome, queen. Hello to all of the hashtag replay queens. So happy to be here. And yeah, let's talk. Yes, I see extra intentional. This is live. This is me streaming it right here in real time. And hello to Eileen. Welcome. You put me on to E5. Did I? That's beautiful. How is it going? Have you gotten your leques? Have you started initiating? What's going on? Let me know. Hello to Zellico. Welcome. How are you? I love those emojis. I'm an emoji type of person. Hello to Johnny J. Greetings. Welcome. So, everyone, how is March going for you? Let a sister know. I am curious. March at the beginning is always a little bit challenging for me because my birthday is in March. And so I'm experiencing that time right before the birthday when the energy is a little bit slow. So I'm like, oh my gosh. But I did want to get on today and talk a little bit about the wisdom for March. I'm excited about it. And one thing I can give you right away is to that this is a time of new beginnings. March is a time of new beginnings. And I'll tell y'all why, but it's in the astrology. Lots of purging going on. And Johnny J, this may be off subject, but do you have any advice for the year so far? I feel as though I am drowning and trying to find my way. Tell you what, Johnny J, let me just kind of meander through this reading. Maybe there'll be some uh nuggets for you to take away from this. One thing I will say is I encourage everyone. I will be having one new moon workshop per month now. It's open to the public. You don't have to like be on subscription or anything. You can buy into one new moon workshop. But I encourage y'all to join me in those new moon workshops. Um, and I guess I will just go on ahead and just sort of speak to what is going on. Some of it has to do with your perfected year. What's your perfected year? I know you were remembering that, Johnny. Something else to think about is like what what is your spiritual practice? What is life calling you to engage in your spiritual practice? Um and it's like what the way I approach the year is I do readings for myself. And I understand, like what is the wisdom? Of course, I know astrology. So looking at what is the mission right now. So one of the missions is like, what is that perfected number in your life? Another one is, let's just say you straight up do a reading and whatever the reading indicates, like that's the overarching theme. And it's like sometimes the way I describe it is you've got to walk through some doors in order to get to where you want. It'll look like life is throwing you for a loop, but it's really an invitation. That's what I'm beginning to learn. But as I go through, hopefully, this will give you some insight as to what you can focus on. And I'm going to see if I can pull up. Um, I'm trying to see, do I think this would be good? But I'm going to see if I can find this really quickly. And my internet might, but what's your rising sign? That's something else you have to think about. What is the mission for the rising sign that you have with these eclipses? Let's see here. Um, I was trying to find oh, thank the goddess. I'm pretty sure this is it. Okay. So, uh okay. So I'm gonna go on ahead and start talking about the wisdom for this month, and then I will continue to interweave some of what I started talking about with Johnny. Very good question. Okay, so the energy surrounding us for this month is called Aset Hatep. Now, Aset is an energy that would be the same as Yemoja for those who know that name of that this particular energy. Aset is also known as Isis, and she's a mother energy. She's the mother form of the goddess. And when Aset speaks, it's a number of topics that get raised up. Now, Hatep means that the way is open for things to really work in your favor. So, for instance, nurturing. The more you nurture yourself this month, the better you will find things are working in your favor. Like whatever your plans are, or maybe you're working on your attitude, maybe you're working on your health. The more you engage in self care and taking, nurturance, being having a nurturing attitude just in general, then Hatep means that it can easily swing things in the favor of what you want. So that's what we do. We hear what the meaning reading means, and then we say, well, what am I supposed to do with it? And so nurturance is top main topic when we're talking about our set. A key word for our set is relax. And that's actually the energy of Pisces. Pisces is a very relaxed sign. It has a lot of relaxed energy about it. And so one of the things I describe is maybe you need to take some time off. Maybe you need to take some time to relax and chill out and get more sleep. It sounds like, to be honest with you, like you're not even working, right? But I've heard someone sometimes say, rest is a part of the work, for instance. But the other thing is, Nefer Amen, who created this oracle, said that one of the biggest issues that people have in life, like when it comes to their health or just the inability to really, how do I say it, feel like they can get life together, is its lack of sleep. And so this is something that's important, taking that time to relax, to rest, to nourish yourself, to rejuvenate. This is what I said is saying. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Pulled I did a reading for the Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. It had previously been for my inner circle. I have since then ended my membership, but I still have that, and I'm gonna start putting it inside of the, new moon, workshop. So if you join one of my new moon workshops, you'll get this. But this is the goddess of the year. This goddess right here. And if you even think about, we're in a 6th year. It's so important to take care of yourselves. This is what 6 is about. 6 is about home and family. And I think about combining it with all of those tools that make it up. It's about connection. And so, maybe connecting with family, or taking time to take care of your home. Maybe it's your physical home that, your body that you need to take care of. But it's definitely this energy of being relaxed and caring. And the other way that we can look at it is like, do you have a relaxed attitude in how you show up? Now, I'll tell you something else about I said. I said is like, hey, do you want it or don't you want what you say you want? Because a lot of people say they want whatever it is, fill in the blank, but they don't open their hands to receive it, because this energy of being relaxed, it puts you in a posture of receptivity. But a lot of us, we're tense, we're tight, and we're holding our hands like this. And so, this energy of our set, she is the ocean, she is the river, she's all the energies of the world. She is all about, you know, yeah, like just think about the waves, right? And having that kind of attitude. When you show up, are y'all stressed and tense or are you more relaxed? And what I can assure you is being relaxed opens people to way more possibility. Like chemically, we're different when we're more relaxed. Um, you see things differently when you're relaxed versus tense. So this is a month to choose to be more relaxed. Um, and it's to a certain degree, like, go with the flow. I would think go with the flow is important. They kinda go together because go with the flow is a different energy, but I will say, I think that that's a good theme for this month. Go with the flow. Okay, be relaxed, self-care. Oh, your emotions. It's important to heal up or, give a little bit of extra attention to your 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 emotional body because the emotional body um is dictating a lot of what's going on. And so what I would love to hear from you all. What are you doing to keep your emotional body healthy? You could also answer, what are you doing to clear and clean and cleanse and purify your emotional body? Specifically, what thing are you doing? I would love to hear from you all. Jay says Cancer rising, so the emotion is intense. Okay, I would really, I would wonder. Let me see here. Cancer after Cancer is Scorpio. It really sounds like there's something that you're being called to release and let go, but maybe you're stressed out about it. Sometimes when we don't realize we're in a releasing time, we think something's wrong. No, nothing's wrong. This is something I've been learning. Nothing is wrong. It's just this it's coming up to go. And so some of it might be just like, okay, this is coming up. But what happens is we start sitting in it when really our subconscious mind is bringing it up to release and let it go. The other thing that I wonder is, what is your mission right now? What is it that you're to focus on right now? And that's what I would channel. Like I would do everything I could to get all that cleared up so that I could focus on what needs to happen. So if it is this healing that it sounds like you're going through, Johnny, then I encourage you to whatever, if what you're doing isn't working, then find other modalities to add into what you're doing. And, maybe you have to hire somebody. As soon as you said, "Yeah, yeah," I knew why I was feeling the emotional with my rising sign being Cancer. Yes. And so, Yemaya, she's speaking in the Hetep. And so she's saying that her energy is working for you. And so when I feel like things are out of control, if it feels like it's a time to release and let go and to hold that emotion and everything, then I'll do it. But a lot of times my thing is maybe there's something I'm supposed to be working on and this that I'm feeling right here is getting in the way. And so I need to address it so I can get on what I'm supposed to be focused on. Um, but you have to be aware of your cycles. I'm learning that I may not know how to truly receive what I say I want. Working on that reciprocity now. Very, very good. All I'm able to do now is rest for my emotional body. Rest is very, very good. Um, let me see what Eileen says. Honestly, I'm in hermit mode right now. Oh my gosh, I get that. I'm purging my home and my body right now, preparing for what's new. It's been emotional. Yeah, well, we have Jupiter and Pisces. And let's see here. Pisces for a Cancer rising is at the top of the chart in the ninth house. So for you, Johnny, you know, maybe there's a shift in yeah, shift in your paradigm that is happening. And sometimes we grieve. And I don't even know why I'm saying any of this, but sometimes we grieve letting go of what the way we used to think. It's not easy because we remember all these agreements that we put into place with ourselves about, like, this is what life means, or this is what I value, this is what I believe. When we start outgrowing those belief systems, there's a tug of war that can happen. And so, I encourage you to open yourself up to, where are you headed? What's the new thing you're moving in the direction of? And look at what's coming up to see, is this really just, oh, there's something for me to look at, because it can't go with me. Not unbearably emotional, but definitely having some moments. Yeah. Yeah. I know that you are a Leo rising, Eileen. So that those eclipses, they really working on the Leos right now. Okay, so let's see here. Nurturant, relax. Have a relaxed attitude this month, y'all. Have a relaxed attitude and work to, maybe it's about honoring the emotions. I love that you said, Eileen, you're just taking some time to rest. Not Eileen, that was Johnny J, that you're taking some time to rest. And that's a way to honor the emotions. Um, Maybe you need to tap. I'll tell y'all that. I love tapping. Tapping is making it to the point where my emotions are not running amok. Journaling, that's something that I would offer as a beautiful remedy for this month. It doesn't matter if you feel super emotional or what's going on. That is a power tool. The power of the pen to paper, writing down your feelings and writing down your plans and what you desire. That is one of the remedies of Yemaja. And because this energy, and this is me teaching what I know, it's not, you're not gonna find this nowhere in Ifa, maybe the Metanetta, but not in Ifa. But this is the term I love using, Yemaya. Um, she rules the subconscious mind. And so this pen with paper, or your pen with your paper, is helping you to access your subconscious mind. It's helping you to get in touch with what's there, because all that chatter that we have going on in our brain with this logical mind, it is like the biggest, it's like a wall, so that you can't even really hear from yourself. You can't really know, what is it that my higher self is telling me to do. And what I find is, when I tell myself, okay, I'm going to write down, I'm going to start writing, and logically, using my rational mind, I start writing things down. And I'll say, though, before I start writing, hey, or read, subconscious mind, whatever it is I need to know, because I'll have a question, tell me. And I'll start writing, and I promise you, ingenious thoughts come to me. And when they do, I don't question them. I just write them on down, right? So using pen and paper is a way to unlock the subconscious, okay? But I believe in manipulating this body, because these emotions, they are stuck in this body. Okay. And that's why tapping, EFT, emotional freedom technique, whatever, it's about releasing emotions. All right. So that's one way that I manipulate my body, with the emotions. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, that's all I'll give y'all right now. Greetings, Queen Felicia. Let's see here. You're so right. I am grieving spiritually the old me and stepping into the new me. And it just feels so new because I'm more conscious of the new paradigm. It's all just a new phase in life. Yes. I'm honoring the new me while grieving the old me. Yeah, that once had a heavy heart. So I'm just learning a new life, if that makes sense. It makes complete sense. Yes. I'm just going to put this up there because Eileen was there. The New Moon in Pisces webinar was very helpful. I'll be there every month with the journal you gave us. Yes, I believe in. I am one who knows, it's like we have to live this, and it's so important for us to not just think about spiritual teachings and all that. You want to um, live it. You want to get active with it. This time is truly honoring the woman I was and respecting and stepping into the new woman. That's very good, Johnny. Yes, it is beautiful, but just so new and unknown known of the new woman is that I am stepping into. Yes. And that is a normal, anyone who can relate, please let Johnny know what it's like when you're moving from vibrationally feeling, being, and thinking one way, and you move into a new way of being. You will feel there'll be this moment where you feel a little bit torn, and then you just go on ahead and move into the new vibration. And the old you just becomes um, you know, what's the word I want to use? It's like a memory. Actually, I'm gonna move on to the, well, check this out. For March, the card that I pulled from, my, um, Pathways Oracle is wounding. So, this is a month where some of us may be getting in touch with our wounding. So, y'all, cool believe. Pisces is a sign of purging and liberation, okay? Purging in the sense that it's over. It's the end. Like Scorpio, we purge and we clear, we cleanse, we purify. But Pisces is like it's over. And so this may be a time when our stuff comes up. Pisces rules the subconscious mind. And so a lot of our stuff is coming up out of the subconscious mind, and it's a collective. So it's no telling how much of this, whatever's going on in the world, we're picking up on that too. Is my position that whatever is going on in the world, especially if I notice it, I am a co-conspirator of that because I see it. So it's in me. So some of what I'm dealing with right now and what you're dealing with right now is your own stuff. And some of it is what you're seeing in the world. And I know it sounds like how do I have anything to do with that? So if I turn something on in the news, it could be something clear across the world. It could be clear across town. I wasn't there. I had nothing to do with it. But I have made a decision, and it's from a teaching that I received on Ho'oponopono. If you see it, if somebody comes to you with it, doesn't matter how you become aware of it, you are a co-conspirator in that. And it is incumbent upon you to begin to clean that energy, to clean the energy. In Ho'oponopono, there's two laws that we talk about. You are either in the law of memory or the law of inspiration. And when you don't feel inspired, when you're not operating from inspiration, you potentially could be operating. Well, the other law is memory. What is memory? Some of it is your own conscious memory. Some of it is memory in the body. It might be ancestral memory. Okay. But also there is the memory of the collective. Okay. And so this month, what we want to do is to begin to, send healing. So, like, I like what you talked about, Johnny. Yes, this older version of myself, and I honor her and I respect her. We have to do that. And we get a learning from it. So another energy that has spoken is saying it's important to get the learning from the wounding. What are the learnings you need to get from the wounding? And then you want to begin to do something to release it and let it go. And that's where I would say Ho'oponopono is what I would offer to you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. That's one version of it. And you just say it over and over and over again. Think of it as a chant or a mantra. And so the more you say this, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. What that is called is a cleaning tool. You don't even have to know, like, I don't even have to know how I am involved. All I know is I see it and I'm involved. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family, your community, the collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And so this is the kind of work that we want to do during this month of Pisces. Our wounding may come up. And why is it coming up? It is coming so that it can go. It is coming to go, okay? And so I just encourage you to um take that time to honor what is happening. And you want to get to a point where it has no charge. It should be neutral. And so that you can learn from it. This is what O'Shea, the Odu, O'Shea, it's from the oracle I use out of Nigeria. Um, Odu O'Shea, it's like, hey, you go look at that miry pit that you were in. Maybe that pit is like still a charge for you. You still crying because somebody broke your heart, somebody hurt your feelings, somebody did something, and now you experiencing wounding. You want to go to that point and you want to ask yourself, what do I need to learn from it now? It's some of the work I do in NLP. So if you would like to start working with me, let a sister know. I'm getting ready to set it up where you can do, buy a package of a few sessions with me so that you can finally release and let go of all this charge that we have, stuff that happened when we were 2. I thought of something when I was going through this, process from when I was 3 years old, and it's something I've been trying to heal up from for years, and I went through what is called time techniques, and I was like, "Okay, I figured out what I need to learn from this so that I can bring it forward in my life, release it, let it go, and then be ready for Aries, the Aries season, either in my life, collectively, however it looks, spring, new beginnings. This is what Pisces is really about. That's what this month is really about. And then you want to take the wound and turn it into a lesson. That is what we're being called to do this month. Johnny, comment as much as you want. Do not apologize for commenting so much. Okay. Hello, actor 23. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you love my astrology videos. I'm getting ready to actually do some astrology on this video. Liberation. I am going through purging. I am so in alignment with needing this video. Thank you so much for your insight and wisdom. It's my honor. Sorry, everyone. I keep commenting. Nope, you comment as much as you want. This video is getting me through the day right now. Aw, you know I love my Johnny J. Yes, this is about healing. Oh, thank you, Felicia. Thank you. I'm gonna put this up. Felicia says to Johnny, "No problem. This is about healing." Felicia is, like a big sister to me, so you can count on that. You can receive that, Johnny J. She's a beautiful, beautiful soul. So receive that from Mama Felicia. Okay. Thank you, Eileen. Yes, please, y'all. It helps my channel, to be honest with you. And yeah, it helps me to know what kind of content you like too. Thank you, Eileen, for showing Johnny some love. Okay, so did I bring it over? I did not bring over what the affirmation says, but the affirmation that I have is I am motivated. Let me see if I have it, and maybe I've already posted this, but this is for the month. For the month, I am motivated. So I want to know, what does that mean to you before I comment on it? I am motivated. What does that mean to you? That is the affirmation for the month. I am motivated. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, the last one that I pulled was balance and harmony. And that was why I was talking about, the wounding is coming up so that we can step into having a more balanced and harmonious life. Okay. So, um, you know, it's difficult to have balance when we have so much uh connection to our wounding, but it's subconscious connection. Okay. So yeah, I just encourage you to um look at, well, what I ask myself is this taking me into balance or out of balance? That's what you wanna ask yourself day in and day out this month. Is this taking me into balance or out of balance? The other thing is harmony. So we know when things are harmonious because it feels like we're going with the flow, right? We feel like we're on that lazy river and we're just on um water tube and we're just flowing down the river, right? This is when we know it's harmonious. It's like not everything is the same, but it's just all working together and it's making this beautiful song. So you want to ask yourself, ooh, excuse me. You want to ask yourself, is what I'm doing bringing me into harmony? When you've been chatting with somebody and you get off from chatting with them and do you feel like, I don't feel right after that conversation? Like, I don't know why I felt like, I remember when this happened to me before. I would talk to this one chick, and after I got off the phone with her, it was like something would get detonated in me like a bomb. But it was, like, really slow, and when I was on with her, it was like I sort of felt the bomb being detonated, but in a way, I wasn't paying attention because I was thinking, "Surely this person is, like, okay." And then I would get off, and I would just feel so ill at ease, a slow time release type of situation. And then I started realizing, no, no, this person is something about this person. I'm not giving up my power to say they're doing this to me, but I definitely am noticing a pattern that when I get off the phone with this person, or I stop, I've like been face to face talking with this person, I walk away and I feel worse than when I met this person. And then there would be other people. Every time I talk to this person, when I would finish, I would end up feeling like I am so inspired. I feel so alive and I feel so just okay with myself, you know? So the first situation would be disharmonious. I do not feel okay with myself. The second situation, harmonious. These are the things that we want to be asking ourselves. So, you know, if y'all are listening to me, it is my hope that you end up feeling more harmonious. I have the best intention for you. I am sharing wisdom. I do my best to bring optimism and positivity versus, sometimes when we watch videos, you end up feeling now it's okay to feel convicted when the person is speaking truth and you like, oh yeah, that was all on my toes. But it's another one where you feel convicted and it feels like, they shouldn't all over they shouldn't all over you. You should do this, you should do that. Um so you want to just, I would hope this feels harmonious versus maybe something that you've heard when you just like, I just don't feel right after watching that. Imma have to watch another one to, like, negate that last one that was just, like, it did not feel right, or whatever. Y'all can let me know. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I am motivated, yes, to step into Nova Leo rising, so I am just doing everything that needs to be done to step on in. Ashe. Awareness, yes. And so speaking on motivation, one thing I want to encourage y'all to do is to commit. Let's talk about motivation that's based on commitment. So, because sometimes motivation is not linked to how you feel. Motivation is more of, to me, commitment. It's true motivation is not, you can't separate it from commitment. And so when you're committed, you'll be motivated to do whatever it is you're called to do. Let's say exercise, even though you may feel like I don't want to exercise, but see, you're committed. It's the commitment that motivates you. So that might would be something I encourage you all to journal about. Is to journal. What are you committed to this month? Commit to something. We're still in the new moon. Um, cycle. Well, not cycle, but we're still in the new moon energy. It lasts for 2 weeks. And so, yeah, ask yourself, what did I commit to in this month of March? What did I commit to? And once you get committed, That's what's gonna motivate you to do what you need to do in order to make it happen, right? So, I'm just gonna give this to you real quickly. Aries may be committed to taking a break, to getting away, to doing some healing work, to focusing on the subconscious mind, creativity, and art. Tauruses may be motivated to work on their friend groups as well as focusing on their goals and what they want to achieve overall and making progress. Geminis might be focused on career and what do you want to be known for? What reputation do you want to lead? You may need to be making commitments to your career in some kind of way, Gemini. Cancers may be needing to make a commitment regarding going in a new place, going in a new direction, expanding, seeing life from a new place. Be committed to making that happen. The question is specifically, what are you going to do? Right. I also think this is learning something new for the Cancerians. It's important for the Cancerians to commit to learning something maybe on a higher level. For Leos, you might need to be committed to healing and healing that wounding, especially. I think Leos might have it. It might be a little bit of a challenging time for Leos right now because we have the eclipses in your fourth house, one of the eclipses in your fourth house. And then we got this Pisces energy going on in your eighth house. That's a lot. That's a lot. So Leos may need to be committed to doing something where you are deeply going to heal yourself. You may need to hire somebody so that you are supported in your healing, maybe some type of healer, um, maybe a therapist, and always hypnotherapy. Use some hypnotherapy. It's lots of hypnotherapy tracks out there. Yeah, I'm a hypnotherapist. See me. But yeah, Leos, be committed to your healing. Leos might need to also be committed to working on their resources, also, maybe some shared resources and maybe getting some type of financial backing, paying off debt. Virgos might want to be committed to getting some support, stepping up and getting a coach, or maybe stepping into your role as someone who is a support, like a consultant of some sort. And maybe Virgos want to become a coach. Uh, is also committed to your relationship. So it may be taking this time to commit to looking at Virgo. What is like really? How are you showing up in relationships, right? And making sure that you're gonna moving forward have balance in your relationships. For Libras, you might need to make a commitment regarding your health and wellness, as well as your work ethic, your day-to-day routines. How are you going to commit to whatever needs to happen in this area of life? Work, um, you know, is there something that needs to happen on the work front that you would need to commit to make it happen this month? Uh, that was Libra. So for Scorpios, maybe some commitments regarding your children. What do you need to commit to regarding having fun and enjoying yourself? Maybe even, Scorpio, you can be so um, like guarded, and maybe you need to commit to shining a little bit more and operating from your natural genius. For Sagittariuses, you may need to commit to something regarding the home and family. You might be another, sign that needs to really focus on making a commitment to take care of that emotional body. Um, and also maybe make a commitment with doing some type of ancestral work. And that's what you're motivated to do. For Capricorns, it might be related to um, learning something, learning some new skill. Do you need to commit to using this skill? Do you need to commit to your business? Do you need to commit to your taking care of your mental health? What is it that you need to be committed in when it comes to communication of some sort? Um, and I would say, Capricorns, you'll benefit greatly from taking a walk. Commit to taking a walk every day. Capricorn. For the Aquariuses, you may need to commit to something regarding money during Pisces season. So, do you need to commit to balancing your finances better, or um, doing something with regarding your personal finances? How do you need to be more committed to your money, your resources, your stuff? Like, you know, what is it that you need to commit to regarding, like, do you have too much stuff in your house? Do you need to purge and let some of it go, Aquarius? Or do you need to upgrade some stuff and maybe be a little bit more committed to your health and your wellness, your well-being, especially what you're eating? And maybe you need to commit to being a little bit more of like um into your commit to stepping into feeling good about yourself, your self-worth and self-value. Some of the Aquariuses, if you struggle with money, I encourage you to commit to this month to taking care of um maybe taking a course on stepping more into self-worth, self-value, and abundance. And some of y'all, just to tie in some of the other things I talked about, some of y'all might be experiencing wounding. And so you want to make sure you get that all cleared up so that you can step fully into abundance. And for Pisces, Pisces, you just need to make a commitment to your life. Pisces, sun, moon, or ascendant. You need to be, what are you committing to in your life? This is a new year for you, a new beginning for you. This is a whole month of new beginnings, actually. So I encourage the Pisces to make a commitment to your life. Pisces, make a commitment that you're going to live as healthy as you possibly can live. And yeah, that's what I'm going to give to the Pisces. Oh, and I'm saying that because, Pisces has a tendency to be very negligent of themselves. I'm drinking a little bit of water, y'all. Like me, Pisces, and I've been sitting here thirsty and hadn't drank any water. This may not be the best water to drink while I'm online because it has fizz. Okay. I'm committed to purging my home and journaling. Beautiful. I keep looking at my goals so I can mark them off and move on to the next. I'm being very intentional right now. Beautiful, Eileen. Beautiful. Yes, listening to hypnotherapy, and I need to come on and talk about hypnotherapy a little bit more, but hypnotherapy is um it is a game changer because it can touch in the subconscious mind. Well, first of all, it's designed to create a shift in the subconscious mind that the conscious mind is not aware of. The subconscious mind knows everything. The subconscious mind knows just a fraction, a tiny fraction of what the subconscious mind can conceive of. And the subconscious mind is actually dictating what the conscious mind sees. It completely and totally dictates the experience that we have. I remember I used to be so frustrated when I would hear people talk about the things that we do. We really think we're making a choice to do them, but we're not. There's something in us that is a program that's just underneath the conscious mind that is dictating exactly the experience that we're having. So the question is, how the world do we impact that? And it in part through hypnotherapy. And it makes it so easy and effortless to create change when we use something like hypnotherapy because it is about disengaging the conscious mind, which inside there's this thing called the critical factor. The critical factor is like the gatekeeper. It's like we're going to decide what gets in and what gets out. And so we have to get to a place where we can bypass that, get the subconscious mind on program so that begin to it can begin to get the subconscious mind and what now we want it to be looking for in alignment with that. Okay. So this is why working on the emotional release is so important, and why doing things like mindfulness is important to keep the conscious mind like clear and clean, and why sleep is important, and why it's important for us to really work to, work on this body in order to get the body to get the energy flowing. We got a lot of stuck energy in us. Once we begin to do all of that, then we'll begin to notice the things that we used to do that we used to feel like, "Well, this is truly just, I can't say no to this thing," or it's like, oh my God, I just ended up doing this. It won't happen like that anymore. You'll literally begin to shift and change and become somebody new and different in alignment with what you want. And so, that's why it's important. I'm telling y'all, Pisces, it's time for us to release and let some ish go. Okay. And what we want to do is be ready for Aries season. Okay. Collectively, Aries means the same thing. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. Aries is Aries. Aries is about something new, getting new beginnings started. This whole month of March is about new beginnings. I'm going to show y'all something. This is a calendar that I love to use from one of my astrology, favorites, Lotta. Um, I counted it, and this month we have 8 conjunctions. What is a conjunction? Is when 2 planets are at the same point on the astrology wheel, okay? And so we have 8 conjunctions. It is rare that I see that many conjunctions, or that there are that many conjunctions in 1 month. A conjunction always means new beginning, a new cycle, something's popping off. So we want to be using Pisces to release and purge and let go in order to move over into Aries, which is about a new beginning, right? So I just encourage y'all to use this time to go on ahead, release, let go, and also be in anticipation of something new. And it does start with going deep within into that underworld, that invisible world, 99% versus this 1% physical reality that we see. We want to get to that 99%. We want to get to the vastness of who and what we are, which is the subconscious mind. It will be so easy and effortless during the season of Pisces. But um we have 8 conjunctions. This first week we had the new moon. That's a conjunction because we have the moon and the sun at the same place. We had Mercury and Pluto, excuse me, Mercury conjunct Saturn, and Mars conjunct Pluto. That was all on the new moon. That was all the energy that brought to the new moon is freaking phenomenal. When I tell y'all, if there's something you want to get done this year, write it down. Okay. Write it down and revisit it, and open yourself up to the energy of that new moon, which was so powerful and special. Open yourself up to it. You can still buy the workshop. I've uploaded the video, and you can buy it if you want to see what was there. There's some other things in there like a workbook and some meditations. And then on Thursday, Venus was conjunct Pluto. This is last week. And so that energy was in the moon. So we have like a lot of energy of um, manifestation and power and money, and like this energy of getting it done with, you talking about motivation. That's some motivating energy right here. The sun was conjunct Jupiter on Friday the 4th. So that is very, very powerful because we have these energies of brilliance. The sun is brilliance. And we have the energy of Jupiter, which is wisdom. It is like a high intelligence. These 2 planets just conjuncted one another. And so what does that mean? That means that energy was opened up. We have like a new start of brilliance and wisdom, and we can open ourselves up to it. So, and that happened in Pisces. So we have the sun, which is um, infinite intelligence. It's brilliance. It's the energy of brilliance. And we have higher wisdom and philosophy and optimism and expansion in Jupiter. So we have those two energies that came together on Friday. And then, which this energy is still alive right now. Okay. So open yourself up to this powerful wisdom. And it is wisdom that it's the kind of wisdom where you can get insight from the non physical world. It's one of those times when you're like, I'm crying out right now. What is it that I need to do? That wisdom will come to you. Okay. You want to ask what? You want to ask how. You may not want to ask why for too long because why, you know, it's good to know why, but the thing that we wanna remember is March is a time to embrace what is the learning I can get from this situation so that I don't have to keep carrying it with me. It's now a resource. So I didn't say that earlier. When we're dealing with the Odu Oshe, we're now like, okay, we got a resource. This thing that happened in the past that was once a wound is now a win. It's now wisdom. It's now a resource that I can use to help me continue to move forward in my life. Okay. Um, the energy of creativity and compassion. I would say that's something to have for yourself this month. Self compassion. It's interesting that I think that y'all, I know inherently there is peace, there is love. And I know that on the conscious level, there's a lot of programming of violence. And I think it's important for us to look at where are we violent within ourselves? How do we contribute to violence or how is violence showing up in our lives? And the remedy and the antidote of it is self-compassion. I think it's not I think it is important for you every day to sit down and just be like, you know what? You really doing the best you can, given what you had. You know, even if I think, I know I'm better than this. I can do more than this. I'm gonna grant myself grace every day. Before you go out in them streets and give love and compassion and care, and you just taking care of everybody else. Before you do that, give it to yourself. Listen, how much are you saying to yourself? You just didn't do good. You're so wrong. It is. You're not enough. You're not this. You're not. All this negative stuff that we talk about with ourselves. Uh-uh. Self-compassion. This energy that's just like so open right now is all about compassion. That's part of it. So in the brilliance and the wisdom that comes from me saying to myself, for instance, you know what? You really need to just cut yourself some slack on how you talk to yourself about your weight. Just cut yourself some slack about it. And, just show yourself a little bit of grace. And what ends up happening with self compassion, we start feeling a lot more relaxed. And then we actually can gain some wisdom from it. That's what this conjunction between the sun and Jupiter can do for us. This was all last week. Today, Venus moves into Aquarius and Mars is in Aquarius. So we're having a conjunction at where these planets are at 0 degrees Aquarius. We're having a conjunction where they are at 0 degrees Aquarius. I feel like I'm repeating myself. It's like I'm thinking as I'm talking. 0 degrees of Aquarius, which is where Jupiter met Saturn at the end of 2019. It was at 0 degrees Aquarius. So in astrology, when we start talking something that specific, a specific degree that keeps getting ignited, that degree is giving us a message. And so 0 degrees of Aquarius is very Aquarian. So what is Aquarius? It's about society. It's about making progress. It's about being innovative and, everyone having equality and equity, everyone being taken care of in some kind of way by society. It is a sign that has to do with people fighting for their rights also. It's about technology and broadcasting, podcasting and television and radio. They're all ruled by Aquarius. And, one of the sisters, Ia Ocean Funke, mentioned me in a post that she made one day that was saying, I had said, y'all better get y'all's real estate up here on these interwebs because, yeah, it's a whole world being built online. And this is what Aquarius is speaking to. And it's about anything that's going to help you make progress. But it's a new beginning in that Aquarius house. So that's something else to think about. I do want y'all to know mini readings are coming up at the end of this month. So you can get a mini reading. And I'll largely focus on the eclipses, what Jupiter is doing in your chart, because that's proven to be um, pretty impactful. I'll do a reading also using my oracles. But yeah, and I'll give you like what is the theme that you're in right now? What is your profected year? That's probably what I'm going to touch on in that particular one. Um, but also I will look and see what is going on with Venus and Mars in your chart to see what is getting set off. Because every time there's a conjunction, it's a new beginning. And with Venus, this is feminine energy. Mars is masculine. And so it's like looking at how are you using your feminine energy? How are you using your masculine energy? Maybe to make progress, all that kind of good stuff. I don't want to bore y'all. Let's see here. We're going to have the sun conjunct Neptune. And so that's largely what I talked about with this Jupiter. That Pisces is very important right now, y'all. This energy of Pisces. I would say if you want to be liberated from something, this is a really good month that you can be liberated where this thing is no longer an issue for you. Let's see here. I hope Lada's calendar is correct. I didn't like go through and triple check it with my ephemeris, but she's typically right. We're going to have Mercury conjunct Jupiter, Mars square. Okay. Mercury conjunct Neptune. A lot of wisdom this month because this is all happening in Pisces. Spirituality, creativity, healing, maybe making some vacations for some of y'all out there. Uh, Venus conjunct Saturn. That's one that's good for like making money and becoming a boss. And it's also one where this is one where we can really bring in some emotional stability, but it's like get real. It's a very get real type of energy. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Mercury's going to move into Pisces this week on the 9th. She left one transit off. It's my birthday, my solar return. On the 11th, she forgot to put that on Tyra's birthday. That's what's happening on Friday, so I'm excited about that. Let's see here. The full moon is going to be next week. It's going to be a full moon in Virgo. So I love the full moon in Virgo. Pisces and Virgo both very healing energy. And Virgo is that sign where you can just say, okay, let me look at all my list to see where am I in terms of my progress and what's my to-do list? What do I need to do? It's what's the word I want to use? Virgo is a problem solving sign. So like that full moon, if you have a problem and you're like, man, I just can't quite come up with the answer, that would be a great moon to open yourself up to receive quite a bit. I haven't looked at the chart for that moon, so I don't really know what the aspects look like. I would assume sort of good because depending on what degree it's at. Let me see what is the degree of that moon. Oh, 27 degrees of Virgo. So we know Pluto is going to be in that bad boy. And we're going to have Neptune will be there too. So, oh my God. Let me not even start. I'll study and then let y'all know because I'm like, oh my God, Neptune is going to be in there. Let's see here. We have 4 sextiles this month. What is a sextile? A sextile is when an opportunity will be presented in the form of a choice. So let me see here. We already had one sextile, Sun sextile Uranus. That was last week. And it's like, you maybe had an opportunity to up level yourself in some kind of way. And it came through like maybe with a brilliant idea or something like that. We have Mercury sextile Uranus down here. Same thing. It's like there may be a choice that comes to you and it hits you in your mind, something about making progress. And so that's what the sextile will do. It'll offer you an opportunity, but it only will work in your benefit if you make a choice and take some action. Sextiles require, action. Sun sextile Pluto. So the sun is about brilliance and Pluto is about transformation and purging and releasing and letting go. And so, but it's also about power. So it could be a choice on around the full moon where we realize there's some choice I'm being given to make that will either take me in the direction of empowerment or away from empowerment. And it'll be if you go in the direction of empowerment, then you will feel like um, making that choice and taking those actions is getting you pretty far down the path. You'll feel like it'll feel harmonious. Sextiles are like Oshun, Venus, harmony. They help bring harmony, but it does require taking some type of action. Okay, so then the other two that I saw is two squares, no trines, no oppositions. There is gonna be an opposition with the full moon. I do think the full moon will be a little bit stressful because that's a lot of planets that's gonna be involved in that full moon. So I'm like, "Oh my god." Let me not get y'all concerned. So, our we have a square on the 18th. Actually, this day of that full moon, there's gonna be a square. Not super bad, but let's see here, Venus square Uranus. It could bring about something that you like something that automatically happens with a relationship. It might all of a sudden bring a relationship. But actually, with Venus and Uranus, it's like a square. I mean, a square is like a poke. And it's actually you could be motivated to do something, maybe something that will bring you into balance, but it might be out of frustration. Women might really be frustrated that day. Um, but it is about progress. So you might be like motivated to get some make some type of progress, maybe in a relationship, maybe regarding your money or your appearance, with that transit. Mars squares Uranus. That's wow. That's interesting. Mars is in Uranus's sign at that time. So this would be a time where maybe maybe even starting on the 19th, going out towards maybe the 23rd of March, it could be a time where people feel like it's sort of like Mercury retrograde, just because both Mars and Uranus have to do with technology. Now, could be something to do with these supply chains too, because that's something that's resulted with Aquarius and um, what do you call it? Taurus connecting. These signs connect Aquarius and Taurus. Uh, it could be like you all of a sudden feel like I've got to make a change. And it might be with a Taurus theme or it might be with an Aquarius theme. And so just know around that time, it could be very frustrating. Um, but it'll activate you in a way where you just say, forget it. I'm just getting ready to get this thing done. You just like, just go. You just like, sometimes how you get so ticked off, you're like, I'm just getting ready to do it. Sorry if I was loud. Um, So yeah, astrologically, not too bad of a month. I can live with this. But these conjunctions really do speak to lots of new beginnings. We know that we have a new beginning here when the sun goes into Aries. What? Happy New Year. Happy birthday to all of the Aries sun, moon, and risings. Oh my gosh, I love the season of Aries. I love Aries. So yeah, that's what I have there. Let me look at some of the comments. Yes, coach in progress. Good, Eileen. Uh-huh. Wonderful, extra intentional. I'm still amazed at how I can just let it play while I'm sleeping is so effective. It really is. And actually, some people say don't go to sleep on hypnosis, but I remember maybe when I was in college, I started listening to subliminals. I actually stopped listening to gangster rap when I was in college. I don't remember exactly how I figured this out, but I just remember I was like, I feel bad, but there's no reason for me to feel bad. And so me and my roommate at the time decided we were going to stop listening to gangster rap and just see how differently do we feel after we stopped listening to it. When I realized how much better I felt, and I was not knocking gangster rap, folk want to listen to it, listen to it. I don't listen to gangster rap because I realized this is affecting my mind. And, another thing I used to do is I would sleep with my books under my head or under my bed, right under my head. Um, and I would tell people, "Y'all, I'm serious. It's like osmosis," you know? Um, and so for me, falling asleep on hypnosis is nothing. I would fall asleep on hypnosis. One of the people who I like listening to, he's like, "It doesn't matter. Like, if you hear me, you don't hear me. The less you engage it, the better." There is something to staying awake, because sometimes you are like working something out. The hypnosis is asking you to think of something, and it helps your subconscious mind be able to grasp it. So, but I have found there's actually hypnosis tracks that are for when you are sleeping. Actually, like I listened to one last night, and you don't all the time hear words and yeah, and it whatever the hypnotherapist knows how to, like, create it for, like, you are asleep, and it's working on the subconscious mind, and you just kinda feel like, "I don't know why I feel different. I feel like a change has just happened," or, "I just don't really feel like doing that anymore." So, yeah, Aries is gonna be a game changer for me. I just know it. Yay! Since last year, I've been looking forward to it. I'm excited for you. You think I'm funny? I can't even remember what I said. Hello, soul inspired. What did I say extra intentional when I said that made you laugh? How are we violent? Yes. How are we violent with ourselves? I think that that is a very good practice is to just stop and look at how much we disparage ourselves. And it's startling. But yet we're going to be out in these streets. Oh, you're so this and you're so that. No, that's not what we doing up in here. We're gonna turn it in on us. One of the Odu is called Ogunda. Okay. Ooh. Ogunda says that you focus on home first. Focus on your destiny first. This is the energy of Ogun. Because when you don't, it takes you away from your destiny. And this is what we do every time we disparage ourselves, but we putting everybody out in the streets up on a pedestal over us. I know we have this time when we judgy and all of us have to reckon with that too, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. A lot of us walk around here constantly disparaging ourselves. It's startling. And listen to what you say about yourself. I am. Okay. I am. What? I'm just like, well, I'm the type of person that this is hypnosis. We are constantly informing our subconscious mind as to who we say we are. And so, you know, listen to what you're saying about yourself. I am. I'm the type of person. I just do it this way. I've always done it that way. And yeah. And sometimes we're hearing something that was said to us and we just grabbed it, put it in there in that little subconscious little box. That subconscious mind is like, what you put in there? What negative statement did you say? What disparaging thing did you say about yourself? And it puts it in there. It's like you don't even have to say it. I'm gonna put this thing on program for you. It's just gonna be a loop. And so we have to, I heard someone say today, when this is happening, you say stop, stop. You got to grab yourself up in the collar and just be like, you will not talk to me like this today. You will not talk to me like this today. Um, so yeah. hmm Yes. Yes, extra intentional. The day after my grandma's birthday. Hey Paula, how are you? I miss you too. If you were in the inner circle, just know that there is a new Mighty Networks community that y'all can go to stay connected to me. And I hadn't actually been there because this trip that I was on, but now that I'm back, I am. Yeah, I'll be over there. So make sure you join the new Mighty Networks, Paula. Picked up somebody else's mess and took it on as our own. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, offer yourself compassion. Had to break ties with the negative statements. My sister used to say, be a big girl. Had to let it go. I love that, Felicia. And it's interesting because be a big girl, yeah, I love that, Felicia. What difference is it making for you, letting that go? What difference is that making for you? So the goddess that I am sharing with us for this month is Kali. This is from Mythical Goddess Tarot. This deck is the freaking bomb. Let me tell you what this says. Okay. It's a new deck, y'all, so I don't know. I don't know all the meanings. I know what Kali Ma stands for, but let's just see. It's so much more fun. Interesting. She deals with Scorpio. This deck has her associated with Scorpio, which I agree. Um, yeah, and we have a lot. We've had a lot going on with Pluto. We've had some new cycles start with Pluto, which is about purging and releasing. So maybe, Johnny is a Capricorn. I can't remember exactly the degree of your sun. Maybe that's what's going on with you, Johnny. Uh, yeah, it's been a lot of Pluto activation in Capricorn. Um, she's a Hindu goddess, and she is the very power of death and resurrection. She devours time and transcends all form. She brings massive and total transition. Kali is the dancing goddess who has the power to destroy all life and yet is a liberated deity who is free from all attachment to form. That is very Pisces, even though we're talking about Kali. That's a lot of what I say is going on right now. Kali's uncontrollable force of destruction heralds massive and often sudden transformation, bringing ultimate freedom from the human condition. Her red tongue consumes, I'll hold it up just in case. Her red tongue consumes all, and the lifeless heads that adorn her symbolize the destruction of ignorance and the beginning of wisdom. The severed head in her hand symbolizes the disconnect from false knowledge and illusion that result from addiction to the world of form. I would love to know what y'all think about that sentence. The severed head in her hand symbolizes the disconnect from false knowledge and illusion that result from addiction to the world of form. Kali assists you in facing your fear of pain and loss that you may be free to receive her protection and move forward. This is the fierce goddess. This is like Oya for those who know Oya. During times in your life when it seems your world is coming to an end, Kali provides the constant reassurance that through the Scorpio cycles of death and destruction of outmoded form, rebirth comes. Through the shedding of what no longer serves you comes ultimate freedom. That's largely what we've been talking about, folks. That's largely what we've been talking about. That was translating to weight gain. Yes. I've lost over 60 pounds and kept it off. Go, Felicia. I don't need to be big. I freaking love that, Felicia. Asheo. When I tell y'all the power of words, I'm telling y'all, words, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never harm me or whatever we say. Mm. Words way more powerful than sticks and stones. Kylie's one of my favorite energies to work with, and we know I lean like Scorpios. Yes, no joke. Okay, so the next card comes from my Beyond Lemuria deck. And oh, this is interesting. Unique gifts. And with these conjunctions of the sun, I think that this is something that a lot of us will be opened up more to. Maybe this month is a time to think about opening up to your unique gifts. And in doing so, you feel like you're more empowered. Oh, this is interesting. It's number 55 in this deck. It has the number 55. That's the number of Oshun. It's the number I relate to Oshun just because it's two fives. Oh, is this the last card in this deck? Oh, no. Okay, so I never read this before. Unique gifts, your superpowers, a sense of purpose, the meaning behind your quirks. We still have energy in Aquarius. When I looked at this card, I was like, this looks so Aquarius. Exploring your interest, shortcomings as a unique, undiscovered skill. That sounds interesting. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'll just read what it means. What makes you unique? Any quirks that you feel are shortcomings could be the key to your superpowers. Look for the positive sides of your oddities and traits. Y'all know what? One of the things that I released while I was um, at my NLP training was feeling odd. I was like, I just feel odd, and it prevents me from showing up full out at times because I'm so like I can just feel the energy of people thinking she's weird. And so for me to see this, I'm like, interesting. But we're in Aquarius season with Venus and Mars being there, and Mercury is still there. It is a time to be looking at what makes you odd and quirky. And so what this oracle is saying is embrace it. Um, how would you like to spend more time? Are there things you would like to try or feel a pull to explore? Now is the time to follow these whispers. You never know how transformational they may be. I love that. Yes, Kali and Oya, they're the same energy. They are the terrible form of the goddess, is sometimes what you hear, but they're also the crone, is what I call them, Paula. And it's Kali. Sticks and stones are hard on bones. When aimed with angry art, words can sting like anything, but silence breaks the heart. Wow, we're just gonna put that up there. That was like, you need to write that down, Felicia. If those are your words, you need to write that down. Scorpio rising. Yeah, the Scorpios, y'all need to get some readings. I'm just being straight up with y'all. If you haven't gotten readings, if you don't know astrology, every Scorpio sun, moon, and ascendant needs a reading. I say everybody needs a reading with the Scorpio energy. I think it's a game changer because we can just it's energy that's primed with releasing, and the part of the eclipse is there is the releasing part. So let me see if there's anything else. Okay, y'all tell me any questions? What's is there anything that has stood out? I know I've been on for a long time, and guess what? I don't care. I don't like rushing. I like talking. I've enjoyed chatting with you all. But I would like to hear, um, is there anything that has stood out from today for this month? What has stood out for you all? For me, I would say that commitment piece. Staying committed, that's what's gonna motivate me to get up. My commitment to whatever I'm doing is gonna motivate me to, stick with my plan, not my words. Learned it as a child. Thank you for sharing that with us, Felicia. I really appreciate that. So yeah, that's what I have for y'all for this month. I'm gonna get off and I'm gonna make what am I gonna make y'all? Oh, the weekly video, and I'm sending that out to the letter later this evening. So be looking for that. For those of you who are on the newsletter, you might get it tomorrow. Those of you on the newsletter, you'll probably get it tomorrow because I'll send it out in the morning. But motivation and commitment, nice, Eileen, nice to myself, good. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna do that. And my plan is to come and talk a little bit more about hypnosis and NLP. And one of the things that I have figured out, because I actually had a little bit of an identity crisis this week. I'm like, okay, so I do divination, like that's my thing, that's my jam. I love reading, doing readings and sharing astrology and stuff like that. And now I have all these tools and I can coach well, I do coach and I'm a hypnotherapist and an NLP practitioner. Why do I have all this stuff? And so what I have figured out is a lot of times we get the wisdom, but we don't exactly know what to do with it. And that's what these other tools are that I have. And so I just want to kind of help y'all to understand. It's like we've got to have a uh it's not just one thing. We have to have a way of we have multiple modalities as we work to heal ourselves, as we work to manifest certain things. It's just different modalities that we want to use. And that's what NLP and hypnosis and other modalities that we talk about here are all about. And so I want to come on and kind of talk about that and hopefully to get y'all to realize, man, do the hypnosis, do the NLP, and the other healing work. It will make your life so different. It will make your life better. Even the things that you may be skeptical of, like I knew about tapping years ago, it sort of helped me. I had bought a few books or whatever. It was like before the time the internet had really blown up. So I just found the few people who I knew, I could learn something from. YouTube wasn't even that big at that time. Was it there? Was there YouTube in 2006? Probably. Um, I was like, I'm not quite sure. And in 2020, that's when I jumped 100% onto the tapping scene because I began to realize how much tapping was literally shifting my life and actually helping me to manifest things. Same with hypnosis. I joined a program. One of the things that the lady offered was hypnosis tracks. I was like, I just want to, whatever she says, do, that's what I'm going to do because I'm ready to start manifesting more easily in my life. And she had a hypnosis track. And I was like, I'm different. It was like after one time listening to it, I was like, I don't know what just happened. I'm different. And so, yeah, we have to have multiple things happen and we have to actually do them. Because what I was saying was I was skeptical of the EFT, and now I wake up and do EFT like folks be waking up brushing their teeth. I wake up and I'm gonna brush my teeth, and then right after that, weigh myself, get my cup of water, and I'm getting ready to tap. Pisces and Jupiter return for me. Wow, I'm excited for you, soul inspired. That's really, really that's lovely. That's a new beginning. Jupiter return. That's a conjunction. And so, the Jupiter return, I'm assuming you're 24, 36, 48, or give or take a number on one of those. Um, it's important for you when you have Jupiter return to open yourself up to just your life is going in a new direction. It's time to expand and grow. Going through hypnotherapy training now. Which company? I'm so excited for you. Yes, hypnotherapy I think it's going to really blow up. And, I encourage you to avail yourself of it. Felicia, plan and implement. Love it. Yes. It's multiple new beginnings, multiple. So put yourself in new beginning mode this month. But at the same time, you do have to have the part where you're releasing, purging, and letting things go. Okay. All righty. Well, I will be back soon. And yeah, I was just like, I've got to get on today and share and talk because I've been gone way too long. And I'm wishing you all a wonderful month of May. Excuse me, March. I'm telling y'all, I need to get to my birthday. I need to get to my solar return. Just one more time. Like I said, this is one of my teachers created this calendar. And she left off one date right here, March 11th, my birthday. So yeah, once I get to that, hopefully I will be hopefully I will be like chilled out and can keep my mind together. So March 2022, let's do this. Let's have a beautiful, beautiful month. I'm excited for everybody. And yeah, see y'all in the next video. All right, y'all take care. Peace and love.